Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers, Blowers, and Guns. Obviously, I have a gun channel, which means my protection is already covered, right? Today's episode is going to be about making my own bug out bag or trunk. I've been watching a lot of prepper videos lately because of the impending war with Russia and all that stuff. Gets you thinking. I mean, I'm from Long Island, New York, you know what I mean? I live in a pretty suburban area, but not exactly rural, you know? So obviously somebody like me is probably not going to need a too comprehensive of a bug out bag, but it's always good to be ready anyway, you know, instead of, if you had to scat out of your house really quick and just bring the essentials, you don't want to spend an hour looking for all this shit and putting it somewhere. You want to get it all together and ready to go when you're ready to go. It did take me about an hour and a half to find all this shit to show you guys, but I'm going to go over one thing at a time and what I think you're going to need in case you got to get out of your house right away for, you know, an undetermined amount of time. So of most of the videos I've been watching, everybody has like a bug out or backpack, right? Listen, you're not going to be able to carry all that shit that you really need in one backpack. What's wrong with your car? You know what I mean? So today I'm not going to show you how to make a bug out bag, but a bug out trunk or many bags for your car, you know? Just the essentials, you know? So we're going to start first with what everybody notices on bug out bags is the essential thing is a first aid kit. This first aid kit I got, I don't even remember where I got it from, all right? So it's brand new. I've never opened it because I've never had to use it, thankfully, right? But what's really important in a first aid kit, other than bandages, tape, you know, all that stuff, I wanted to see what's in here and if this thing has what I think it doesn't have, okay? So it's got like gauze, an iPad. Oh, this is pretty cool. It's a glass breaking hammer with a seatbelt cutting blade in it, right? So that's pretty cool. Has a glow stick in here. Has a glow stick, bandages, you know, your usual stuff. You guys don't need to see what's in here. Pretty cool, you know, it's okay. Oh, that's nice. It's got scissors. I don't know what that is, but pretty essential stuff. This is pretty good. Has some masks, bandages, band-aids. Looks like Teflon tape. That's a pretty comprehensive one. This is better than most. You know, there are some that come in your car. I mean, that shit's worthless. You know what I mean? Anyway, my buddy, Nameless. He's kind of into this prepping shit too. And you don't really have to get into it. You just kind of have to get it ready in case you need it someday. Now, what most first aid kits don't have is this. What is that? This is a tourniquet. Very useful to get, you know. You just basically wrap it around your arm, and then you twist it, and then there's a little bracket here where it holds it into place. So this, in case you cut an artery or something like that, you won't bleed to death. And, you know, while you might lose your leg, you know, this might prevent your leg from being removed or your arm or whatever. But if you're bleeding profusely, a tourniquet is a very handy thing to have. And it should be in every first aid kit for sure. So a first aid kit is an essential. But if you're out somewhere and you need to be in the wilderness, camping somewhere, in a house, abandoned, whatever, chapstick. Chapstick is good for, you know what chapstick's for, but also you can take chapstick because it's a oil substance, right? You can use this to, you know, prevent, you know, if it's in the summer or something and it's hot, you know, you could actually use this to cover your nose, whatever, so that you don't get sunburnt there. Also, you have these pocket things where you can hook on your keychain. It's SPF 30 or something like that with some chapstick on it. You know, that's useful too. You have to protect your skin from the sun. And also, I have this big first aid kit that also has more bandages and all that. I wanted to show you what I have in there too. It's pretty important. So I have a gas mask, even though it's really just for dust, you know what I mean? And it comes with goggles too. This was only like 20 bucks. I figured I'd buy it just in case you needed it, in case it was very dusty, whatever. And got a couple of ponchos here for if you're camping outside and it's raining really bad. This will keep you at least somewhat dry, you know. In here I also have some scissors in case you need to cut twine or whatever. A hunting knife. You could use a machete to clear brush, you know. Some small little tools and stuff, but this is very useful to cut like tarp and stuff, you know. A blade that also doubles as a knife too. So this is a pretty useful thing, and you can just clip that on your belt or something like that. Make sure you have extra blades that go with it. Now you want to try to eat something, right? So you need some gloves to, you know, kind of break wood and all that stuff, branches. I got a propane tank here. You can buy like packs of 2 from Walmart for like 10 bucks. Some gaiters, you know, you never know what you might need it for, to cover your head, your mouth, your face, whatever, and masks. Also, if you're in the wilderness, you need a knife that you can cut branches, right? So this is a mini handsaw, whatever. So I have the propane tank where you can kind of heat up stuff like with this thing. And also, in case you wanted to boil water or something, I have a mini propane stove. You know, you just connect that bottle onto here and, you know, you can boil water or something like that. You would need like a mini pot or something like that. I've got this rope. I don't know why I have this rope, but I'm glad I have this rope because someday you may need this rope. You know what I mean? Also, my dad, who passed away about 8 years ago to cancer, he was an avid fisherman. He loved to fish. So I have this one of like 5 tackle boxes that he has. I just grabbed one of them because when you're out there in the wilderness, right, you don't know where your next meal may be coming from. You might have to go fishing. You know, this is overkill, of course, because it's an entire tackle box with lures and weights and hooks and string and fake lures. Fake lures are good because honestly, if you just have a hook and string, you need a weight to get it down there, right? But then what are you going to use for bait? You know, you're going to go and crawl and try to find worms? I guess you could, but what if it's wintertime? It'll be tough, you know? So you got these fake lures that might help capture wildlife. So we got the fishing taken care of, right? Tools if you need them. Now look, instead of that, they sell these small toolboxes, you know, usually for emergency use that you keep in your car. Remember, this thing's a pain in the butt because things fall out when you open it. All right, that's not too bad. So it has pretty much everything you need, you know, if you had to work on something, fix something, your car broke down. It's good to have tools too, you know what I mean? And it's not that big or heavy, you know, you can just keep it somewhere in your car. Like I said, this would not be in a bug out bag because it's too heavy and it's too big. So I'm talking about a bug out car. This would all fit in the trunk of my car, no problem, you know, which is peace of mind because you're hoping that your car is going to be your shelter for a while, you know, and you have everything you need to take care of shit. These are road flares that are always useful, whether you want to light a fire really quickly. This is self-igniting. You take this cap off and you strike it. It has a flint thingamajig on it, and so it lights this flare, and it'll last usually, I think this is 15 minutes, and this big one's like half an hour it'll run, you know. So if you need some kind of flame and or signaling, you know. These are hand held portable flashlight, and it's also a jump starter too. They have tremendous technology these days when it comes to battery life and battery power. This small little thing about the size of an iPhone, for goodness sakes, can jumpstart a car, believe it or not. I know you don't think that. I didn't think that either. But after I got one, it jumpstarts a car because I think they load up the amps, whatever, in 1 or 2. But you're only going to get 1 or 2 jumps out of here if you're lucky, you know. So this comes apart. You can recharge it with a USB, whatever, and it also doubles as a light too. And this part also flashes to an SOS signal. So it's very useful to have one of these. You want to go a little bit more heavier duty with a lot more functions, right? This one is also a jump start power pack, right? It also has a built-in air compressor in case your tires go flat while you're in the wilderness. And I had this stored in my van for quite a while, and I turned on the power. It shows 100% battery, so it really keeps its charge. So once you turned it on, so you can pump up your tires and all that stuff with this, and jump your battery in case your battery died. This also has 2 USB ports on the back, so you can charge your electronics, your phone, whatever, other stuff. It also has a light here. I forgot how to turn it on. You just tap the power button, and now you have a light. Then you tap it again, and it blinks the SOS signal, you know, ... SOS, save our shit. And then this is for, like, in case you're stuck on a highway somewhere, there's no lights, you don't want somebody to ram into you, so it tells you somebody's there. So this is very useful. Like I said, a battery jump starter, lights, SOS signaling, air compressor, tire inflator, you know. If you wanted to go crazy, I have this portable power station too. So this thing is unbelievable. 500 watts, I believe. And everything is on here. 97% here. I don't know exactly how long it'll take, but you can plug in your regular AC 110 voltage in here. You have a cigarette lighter thing where you can just get one of these things. I know they don't. The cars these days don't come with cigarette lighters, right? Well, this is a this is a classic collector's item, a cigarette lighter from a car. You can plug that in, and now you got a flame here where you can start a fire in case you needed it. You know what I mean? And it has a USB-C and regular USB inputs to charge your electronics. So this has been sitting in my garage for a couple of months without charging, and it's only gone down 3%. So this is like a portable power station too. Obviously you can't put this in your bug out bag because it's too big, but I'm talking about a bug out car, you know what I mean? Now let's talk about some hand protection, okay? You're out in the wilderness. If you don't have a gun, get a gun. If you don't have a gun though, you can get some non-lethal weapons too, right? Obviously, you know, flashlights, when they work, are very useful. When they work, these cheapo things, they don't work well. Get yourself a really good flashlight. They have great deals on good quality flashlights, you know what I mean? But like I said, I've got so many power packs and jumper stuff that I don't really need a light because I got a light on every one of these damn things, you know? Also this is a taser gun. I'm not gonna, this actually, the taser, what's the difference between a taser and a stun gun? This is a taser gun, the kind that cops use, you know? Taser, taser, taser. Officer Potter, 2 years. Shoots out the 2 prongs, immobilizes somebody. If you don't know what it is, go look up taser, taser, taser. So that's a cartridge for that. I believe there's gunpowder in here that shoots the 2 prongs out. When you don't have that, you could also use it as a... This one might need to be charged. Yeah. I haven't charged this in a long time. So, you see, if it's battery powered and you don't have it charged, it's really useless. But anyway, it doubles as a... It doubles as a stun gun, too. I'll show you a stun gun for real. So this is a stun gun, right? It doesn't shoot anything. It's just a stun gun. That's crazy. You could probably light a fire with this thing, too. So that's pretty cool. Also, you got your pepper spray. This is this is like 30 years old. When I used to be with the police department, this was on my gun belt. I don't know if it still works. I'm not going to try. But anyway, it's the same thing as, looks just the same as this, you know, OC. This was when I was with the police department too. I have the ASP. This battery needs to be charged, but it has an attachment flashlight on the bottom of it, right? But also this is a extendable baton. So, you know, you can use that for protection too. The only way to get this down is to hit it on the ground. There you go. Expandable baton, ASP. These are great. Illegal in some states, so check your local regulations on this stuff. Simple pocket knife is always useful. Forget about using those flint things to start a fire. I mean, I guess you could if you had to. But just go buy a freaking 79-cent Bic lighter, you know what I mean? There you go, flame started. You know, what are you going to do? You're going to Tom Hanks everything like Castaway? Come on. My keys. My other set of keys has the same thing, except it actually has a compass on it, okay? I actually have that around my stock of my AR-9. So that way, you know, you have a compass on your gun. So you could just use that, right? Also, this keychain has parachute cord. So if you needed cordage, right, which I have a lot of rope here, but if you needed thinner cordage, to tie things down, if you had a tarp's only $5 to $10. Get a tarp. You get the cordage, wrap around 2 trees, right? One side, put the tarp over it. Now you have some kind of shelter, some cover, you know? Also, plastic bags to keep things dry. This could also double as a blanket if you really wanted to, you know? Cover at least the ground if it was wet with some plastic bags so you don't have to lie in cold, wet mud. You know what I mean? Having that will keep you somewhat dry. The cordage is excellent, and also this keychain here also doubles as, I guess if you really had to, you could slowly file down branches, whatever. It's got that little thing here to open up cans of food, whatever. Like a little screwdriver if you want, and it doubles as a canterbury, you know, those things that mountain climbers use. It's got a little pocket knife on it with also can opener, mini scissors, you know, these things they sell at the stores very cheap, you know. And also this thing over here where it's a snowflake, but it also doubles as hex, Torx, hex screws, Phillips screwdriver there, flathead, even the square kind, you know, for those patio deck screws. So that's, you know, kind of useful to have in your car. So I've pretty much covered 90% of what you're gonna need if you're gonna make a go bag, you know what I mean? But one backpack is not gonna put any of this shit in there, you know what I mean? It's too heavy, there's no way. You need a car, right? Why don't you have a car? You should have a car. Make a go bag car, you know, to put all this stuff in there, and you're pretty much set for a while, you know. Also, protection. You've got all this shit, but does everybody else have this shit? Maybe they want your shit. They need your shit. Are you going to give them your shit? No. That's why you also need to carry your guns. That's tremendous weight all in itself. I have 3 rifles and about, if you add up 9mm, 223, 5.56, and 22 long rifle ammunition. I'm a little embarrassed to say I have about 20,000 rounds combined, you know. How am I going to carry 20,000 rounds in a backpack? You know what I mean? You need your car, you know what I mean? Plus 3 rifles. So, for sure, you need a car. You're not going to be able to just get a backpack, put all this shit in there, and also carry all your ammunition and your guns. There's no way. You'll die in a week out there from exhaustion from carrying all this stuff, you know? So I'm just talking about a go car. Put all this stuff in your car. You should be good to go for a while. You're at least better prepared than the next schmo. You know what I mean? So instead of buying like one of those kits on Amazon or something like that, if it's like $29 or $39, forget about it. It's cheap. It's like from China or something like that. It may help you a little, but you're better off buying like the $150 ones, right? Where The bulk of it is going to be the bag. For goodness sakes, just get your own book bag and put all the shit in there. You know what I mean? You can buy all that stuff separately if you want to. Probably better quality ones when you pick and choose exactly what you want, you know? But essentially, do you really think you're going to be out in the wilderness like that, you know, especially if you live in Long Island, New York? I mean, I can understand if you're in a rural area out in Montana somewhere, you might need all that stuff. But it's good to have anyway. Buy that stuff, throw it in a bag, there's your go bag, you know what I mean? But protection is something that I really believe in, okay? Even the non-lethal stuff, taser, stun, OC, like a baseball bat even, or a baton, if you don't want to get into firearms. But guns, if you don't know how to use it, is useless too, because they'll just take it away from you, you know? People are going to want what you have. And you're not going to want to give it up because you need that stuff to survive on your own, to protect yourself as well as your family, right? So you need to protect yourself from other people who want your shit. So you have to protect yourself. Gun, rifle, something like that, and enough ammunition. Because if you don't have ammunition for your guns, it's just as good as a baseball bat. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's my video today showing you that I didn't have to go out and buy a special go bag or a bug out bag. I've got enough stuff for a bug out car. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers, Blowers, and Guns.
So you boys from Arkansas, huh? Well,
see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
Hey, I'm Henry from Mowers and Blowers. As a YouTuber that deals with small engine equipment on a daily basis, I worry about the harmful effects of the 10% ethanol that's in your unleaded gas from your gas station. Here on the East Coast, as winter nears, I think about storing my summer lawn equipment for the winter. Ethanol absorbs moisture, and what it does is it could rust or corrode and clog up your jets in your carburetor. That's why I use Ethanol Safeguard with stabilizers from my friends over at Lucas Oil Products. Before you store your machines, a little bit of Lucas goes a long way. When you're ready to use your machines again, fire right up! Hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, remember to give me a like. Also, comment below. Subscribe. Remember, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's free, right? Also, hit that little bell. That way you'll get post notifications whenever there's a new video, and you won't miss out on any of them. Remember to follow my Instagram and Facebook, as well as if you'd like to donate $1 or $2, paypal.me/mowersandblowers. Really appreciate all the support. Also, to keep the videos coming every day, support the channel. Bye.